Hi guys, and welcome back to the motor department. In this episode we're going to find out how a completely stock Suzuki Jimny, so stock tires, stock wheels and stock suspension, really performs in tough off-road. Because you see a lot of videos out there online how the Jimny performs very well, but then it has big wheels, fat tires and high suspension setup. This is my 2025 Suzuki Jimny and it's completely stock. So let's find out what it really can do. But first, let's see how the tires really work. We have here the Dunlop Grand Trek 8020s, and as you can see, these are made mostly for the road. So we have like a little bit off-road setup here, but mostly it's a flat tire with not much off-road grip. I pumped the air out, so I only have 1.3 bar in the tire to have better grip off-road. But the most important thing, of course, with this off-road vehicle is the four-wheel drive. So let's go inside and I'll show you how you really use the all-wheel drive, because most people use it wrong and damage their gearbox. Let's see. So in the middle console we have a second shift knob here, besides the first one. And here we can see we have 2H, 4H and 4L. The 2H stands for too high, so the gearbox is in its normal setting for high speeds, and we have two-wheel drive. So the rear wheels are driven only. When you want to get on an off-road section where you do not have much grip, you can put it in 4H. I can activate it right here, and now the front wheels are added. But we are still in a high range, so we can drive high speeds. But what if we want to go up a hill, a steep hill for example, or we want to really get through tough terrain where we have to be very tactical and drive very slow? Then we have the 4L setting, which we can activate, and then we have another gear ratio. The gear ratio is 2:1, so we have effectively doubled the torque but halved our driving speed. This is very useful in tactical terrain. But one thing that is very important to me, that most people get wrong, is that you only activate four-wheel drive in this car when you are on a loose surface, because it's like a locked center diff. It's automatically a locked center diff because the front wheels and the rear wheels are locked together and there's no way they can lose energy. So when you are on a hard surface and the tires cannot spin freely, so to say, there can be a buildup of energy inside the transfer gearbox and it can damage it. So even when there's like snow on the road, but not really because the roads are clear and there's only snow on the side, only rear wheel drive, because you will damage your transfer gearbox. So this is the complete off-road park here in Knüllwald. As you see, it's a little bit distracting because we have different ways, different streets and different places we can go. But most importantly, we are right now here on this terrain, and we can go different off-road tracks. Some of them are harder, some of them are softer. We have different numbers here and a description. And now the first thing we are going to do is drive easier off-road. So we start small, start with easy off-road tracks, and then we get harder and harder and harder with time. So first of all, my confidence can get better and you can see, okay, how much the Jimny can really take. Let's get in the car and let's go. My second time off-road. I've been to this off-road park once before, but everything was completely wet and muddy. So not really useful. But now we drive through and first try to find a quite simple off-road hill. And as of now, I'm still in two-wheel drive because there's no need to go into four-wheel drive because I have enough grip on this surface here. This car does not have front or rear lockers. As I mentioned, the gearbox itself is like a central locker, a constant central locker that you cannot deactivate. Suzuki had a great idea because they just used the brakes to simulate front and rear lockers. When the electronics feels that there's wheel spin on one wheel because it's hanging in the air, then they brake this loose wheel and then the other wheel starts to grip. And therefore we have a simulated front and rear locker. As you can see, we are now driving up a hill and it's quite rocky. Luckily we have a small stabilized cam, so it shouldn't be that horrible to watch. We reached the top of the hill and I see some small challenges that we will try to overcome. Let's see. I'm trying to hit it in rear wheel drive, full force, and traction control enabled. So just the totally normal street setup, but I'm gonna give it some gas because this is the trick with the Jimny. Just go full force, and as you can see, no problem at all to tackle a hill like this. So I think we can go to some more tactical stuff where we maybe even need the four-wheel drive. So let's look around the park and try to find something that looks a little bit more challenging. I have only the rear wheel drive and it's no problem at all. Oh. Yes, it's quite heavy. Still, I think I touched the ground with my differentials. So let's see what we can do here on this hill, small double hill. And again, only two-wheel drive and traction control still enabled. Okay, I think this is a little bit too high. Now I'm going very slowly braking down this hill because it's quite steep. Awesome. So as you can see, this is like for real life scenarios. It was a little bit muddy, it was steep, and even without four-wheel drive, no problem for the Jimny because it can really turn its axles. It has enough ground clearance for stuff like this. Here now we can see some other cars, an old Jimny or Samurai as it was called, and an old Suzuki Vitara driving here, also searching the adventure. Okay, let's try the same hill, but now we drive from the left side. Again, two-wheel drive. Traction control enabled. Oh my god. This was very, very steep. At the other end, I was way too fast. Oh my god. That was like a little bit of a shock moment because there was like no ground on the other side. Okay, let's find another spot to do some tough off-roading. Here we see a Touareg trying his very best to get up this steep hill. But he's too fat. Oh my god, he has a dog in the back. That's crazy. Okay, let's see. Is he gonna ditch completely? Yeah. As you have seen, the VW Touareg didn't made it up this hill. So right now I'm trying it. I already walked up there and looked, and as you can see, it's really steep, but also on the left side there's like a big rut, and I think that I do not have enough ground clearance to go up there. So what I have to do is I have to move up with my left wheel on the middle, so to say, that I don't move to the left and then I get stuck in the middle. The good thing with the Jimny is that I have a really good departure angle. So from the front wheel to the most front of the car, it's really steep. So these tough and small hills shouldn't be a big problem for the Jimny. Also, the wheels are very close. So the car is short and a short wheelbase, and therefore I can really go over hills quite easily without getting stuck there. And a little history here is like the first Suzuki Jimny, and this one is, as you can see, completely built, big wheels, a lot of ground clearance. Yeah, so let's try to tackle this hill. This is the first hard thing I do today. I might fail. What I will do, I will go in 4-wheel drive and low gearing, because I need a lot of torque to get up there. And then I need to hold my line and not slide to the left. So let's find out if the Jimny can take this tough off-road. Okay, now I got 4 low engaged. Traction control is off. Let's get it. First gear, steady. And now full throttle. Oh my God. Everything flew around in here, but I made it. This was really tough, but the most important thing is stay focused. Oh, now we see what I meant. We have the big Land Rover Defender long wheelbase stuck here because it's too long and it does not have enough ground clearance because the wheelbase is too long and it cannot get up there like the Jimny can do. So this is another prime example why the Jimny is so special off-road, because it can do things that even the big off-roaders cannot do. So let's see if we can find another small spot where we can drive through with the Jimny. Here I bogged down the last time. Let's go this way because I think there was something good here. Of course we have the G-Class, so I think this one we can do. So first of all, we are going to shift into all-wheel drive. I keep it in 4-wheel drive high. Turn off the traction control. And let's see what we got here. And if the Jimny can do it. It seems very tight, so we maybe surely gonna scratch our paint. That doesn't matter. Oh yes. The torque is enough even in 4 high. Now we come around the corner. Now we have a steep hill. I'm gonna take it slowly because we cannot see anything. Oh, yeah. Our differential is hitting the ground. Ah, perfect. That was very nice. So if I just imagine real life scenarios where I have to tackle ground like this, it would be, I don't know, maybe in Alaska or in Russia somewhere where you drive through the woods and have this kind of terrain. That looks very, very deep in front. I do not want to go there. Let's get outside quickly and let's look where we're going first. Maybe that's a better idea. Now we definitely have a better understanding, because as you see right here, this is where we came up on the left side, and there was like a steep incline on the other side where I would have fallen down and I couldn't see very well. Now when I see it from top here, I could have just continued on, and I think the car would be fine. So what I'm planning now is that I drive this one again, and then we can see how the car is twisting its axles, and we see if I can make it up here where the other car is or not. See the other cars right now plotting along here. Okay, low range, 4-wheel drive. Let's get up here and let's see how the axles are twisting. This looks terrifying. This looks terrifying from inside. Okay, let's just hit the gas. And here we have seen the electric locker work in the Jimny. I can't really see where I have to go. I have to get out for a second and see what this is looking like. We've got a lot of rocks here in the middle, but I think I can take it. I see a lot of scratches here. Yeah, but I think it will work. Hill assist activated. Okay, as you can hear, the hill assist is working perfectly. Oh, this is tough. Let's get up. Yes, we did it. And now down here, another tactical one. The car brakes automatically, so I can descend slowly and perfectly. Awesome. This passage was really crazy. As you can see, my wheels, the street wheels, are already completely covered in mud and dirt. There's no profile left really. Also here, the mud flaps, and they really keep the muds off the car, what they are really used for. So the door is quite clean. Of course, not perfectly, but if you can imagine, if you do not have mud flaps, everything here is full of mud. So in this section, we really were able to see how the axles are twisting in the Jimny, how the traction control with the electric diffs in the front and rear axle really help the car, if it's bogged down, to get going again. And also on steep hills downhill, where I personally cannot really see where I'm going, when I engage the hill control, the car brakes for me and I can just concentrate on maneuvering down the hill. So the Jimny is really, really capable for a small car like this. And we also see here in the park a lot of Jimnys, old Jimnys, which were bought for maybe like $500 and then completely built up with suspension, big tires. And of course, these guys don't use these cars in their day-to-day life. They only have them for off-road driving. What I've learned is that in this car, the only thing that holds you back is not really the car, but it's your skill level. So the thing is, you are afraid to not perform, but the car can handle it. So now I'm in 4 low and I'm just trying to send it up here. Oh, we have someone coming. Oh, there are three 6x6 cars. Maybe I can follow them around. Okay, this one is 4x4. Because there was another steep, very, very steep incline. And I try to make it work. I don't know what he's doing. Okay, I'm sending it. Okay, let's go. Full send, full send. Oh my god! Woo! I hit my axles here real hard because it was quite deep, the ruts on the side. Oh my god. Whew. That was crazy. Okay, let's go down here. First gear. And let's just send it. Yeah. So as you guys see, the most important thing with this car is your confidence. I think the only limiting factor here is really your skill level and your trust in the car, because the car really does a lot here for you. And as you see, even this steep incline, oh my god, now the 6x6s are going up. This is completely crazy. And this car really does everything for you that you want, and more that you don't even are capable of. Now we're trying to do these ruts here. As you can see, maybe on camera it doesn't show very well, but this is quite steep, and also we have left, right ditches, also very muddy inside. So let's see if the Jimny is capable of doing this. And again, on stock wheels, we have to find out. Let's get inside. Okay, we go 4 low. We're just gonna cruise along, slowly but steady, because the car is not that high in comparison to modified ones. Okay, works out so far. Okay. Wow. Oh my god. This is crazy deep. Oh my god, this is terrifying. Whoa! I can't really see where I'm going. I also activated the hill down assist. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I'm balling out. Holy macaroni. This was so intense. I don't know if you could see it. Now we have the Hammer H2 trying the same. Let's see how he does. Well, he's definitely going slower than I think. It felt quite rough when I did it. Okay guys, now after we mastered the last challenge, the next challenge is the forest. Because as you can see here, we have a deep forest and also a small and tight forest. There are trails going up, there's mud all around, there's water. So right now we are walking here and try to see if we think we can make it with a Jimny, because from the outside you cannot see where you're going first. So right now we are trying to get through the mud without falling on our face, and let's see if we can make it through the forest. Let's see what we can do in the muddy terrain here. Muddy and rocky at the same time. Oh, this is steep, this is steep. Come on, Jimny, come on, Jimny. Yes! Awesome. Yes! We did it. And now we move along to the next stop, where we try to go down another steep hill. And for this, of course, I'm going to okay, and now hill crawl assist. Whoa, this is scary. It feels like I'm falling down. Okay, I don't see anything. I made it. Adrenaline is rushing. Of course, it doesn't look like anything on camera, but it's so scary if you just cannot see where you're going. Okay guys, the last big challenge is to drive through water. And this water, I've seen other cars drive through. It should be around this height, I think, from the car. But to be honest, I'm scared because I've never driven through deep, muddy water like this. Also, you cannot see how deep it is. And I don't know how muddy the floor is. So I don't know, should I go fast? Should I go slow? I don't know what the right call is here. But yeah, this is the car before going through water. I also hope that, of course, I do not drown the engine. I hope that I don't have water flowing into the cabin, destroying everything. So yeah, this is quite scary. And yeah, let's hope I survive and if the Jimny can handle the depth of the water. I've never done this before. I have no idea how the Jimny will behave. So let's just hope for the best. The guys are watching if I drown. Very nice. Okay, I'm on 4 low. Just keeping it steady. Keeping it steady. Oh, it's steep. It's steep. It's rocky. It's steep. I'm hitting the ground. But I made it outside. Yes! Yes, 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 yes! Okay, let's check. Let's check the damage. Let's check the damage. Okay. Let's see how high the water has gotten. So it hit the door definitely, but it wasn't that high, luckily. Only the lower lights, number plate and everything. Of course the tires fully immersed into water, but the doors held closed, so there was no water coming inside, luckily. So what's the verdict? I believe, and I've seen here, that the stock Suzuki Jimny, no upgrades on suspension, tires or wheels, can do 95% or more than the big off-road builds that you see all around here. Because even the Jimnys with bigger wheels, bigger tires and everything, they maybe can do the same stuff a little bit easier or a little bit faster than I can in my stock Suzuki Jimny, but I can get from point A to point B. And in overlanding and off-road driving, this is what it's all about. To get from one point to your destination without bogging down and without hesitation. So is it worth it to do off-road modifications on your Jimny? There are 2 reasons. One reason, of course, is the looks. Because no doubt the Jimny with big chunky tires, lifted suspension just looks amazing and gorgeous. It just looks like a small bodybuilder who wants to go off-road. But it costs thousands of euros, thousands of dollars to do these builds, because you need new wheels, new tires, new suspension, need a mechanic who builds everything. And especially here in Germany with the TÜV regulations, you need to pay even more for that. Just to have a car that doesn't really do much more than the stock one, in my opinion, I don't think it's worth it. But what is your opinion? Write it down in the comments if you have built your Jimny, or if you do want to build your Jimny to a true off-roader. But I really hope that with this video I have shown you that you don't need to do all these crazy builds and off-road builds to drive the Jimny off-road and even hard off-road, or to do some overlanding, because the stock Suzuki Jimny is really just as capable. This is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed and that I could help you with this video, that you got some insights in off-road driving with the Suzuki Jimny. Leave a comment down below if you have some questions or suggestions about the Suzuki Jimny and off-road driving, and leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. See you guys in the next one.